Good afternoon and welcome. The ASA Midwest Tour, the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Midwest Tour, presented by Five Star Race Car Bodies, live at a sun-baked Slinger Super Speedway for the Jerry the Bear Prishkin Memorial 100. We have cars on track. My name is Dean Strom, alongside Brock Heinrich, getting ready for qualifying for the late models, one of the three divisions that are going to be in action today. That's John Reynolds Jr. Brockstar, welcome once again to Truck TV.
Yeah, no, this is great. I think I helped end it last year a little bit with the Trickle 99 at Oktoberfest.
Oh, you ended things already.
I thought for sure they weren't going to have me back because I was a bit of a mess. But today we're excited. This is cool. This is like anything I have not seen anything like this. It is so fast. I haven't been here in like 20 to 18 years. The last time I was here, Scott Wimmer was racing. He got in an accident, and I went home with the nose off of his car. So it's been a while, but wow, the cars here are fast, and now I've kind of got a fire lit under me to want to come here and run it. So very neat. Maybe you'll see me here later this year.
All right, excellent. Right now, these are the late models. The late models out of the undercard. John Reynolds Jr. was the first driver out at a 12:037 right out of the chute. Ryan Wire in that 12 machine goes a 12:524. New, if you're fans of the Slinger Super Speedway or fans of this pro late model style racing, new this year, we have them on a 10-inch tire. That is exciting. They go from an 8-inch groove tire to a 10-inch slick.
Yeah, no, I talked to a few of these guys about that, and this is something that I did not know prior to showing up today, and they're saying they like the way that it feels. It feels like the car is more into the racetrack, and I think generally they get about 2 to 3 tenths out of these cars, and this is Cooper Goralski right here. He's one of the ones that I talked to. He definitely could feel the difference with that new tire.
And Zach Riddle went to the top of the board in the Ziegler Crane Services number 14, 11.965. The track record in this division was set back in 2021 by Jacob Nottestead early in the season. He went an 11.904, and whoa, Cooper's right down there. He goes a 9.13. Cooper Goralski goes to the top of the board and just a whisker from the track record.
And with them sexy duct tape numbers. I love that.
He just put those on, too, because yesterday during practice and this morning during practice, it was bare.
Yeah, I actually helped put the other decals that he has on the car for the sponsorship. I said, don't worry about the numbers so much. You need to make sure you have your sponsors on there. That's important.
Take care of the sponsors, yeah.
Definitely.
Mitch Delcamp in that 16. Danny Delcamp, Sonia Delcamp, number 16, the throwback scheme. Mitch goes fourth quick. Here on track now is the 38 machine of Evan Hassler. Evan Hassler in that 38, a winner. Boy, this car was fast right out of the box 1 year ago, and he's looking to repeat. Evan Hassler fifth on lap number 1, and he goes to second, an 11.961. So we have 3 drivers in the 11-second bracket. Zach Prunty is on track right now in the 39 machine. Let's go back to that 10-inch tire. The more grip, it's a harder tire than the 10-inch tires that the super late models will race on.
Yep.
It's a harder tire, but still you have more contact pad, right?
Oh, yeah. The more rubber you can put down on the road, the better off you are as far as grip all day long. And there was a really strong 8-inch tire that they used to have before, but you're never going to be able to beat having a bigger contact patch on the racetrack, especially with these slicks.
Bigger contact patch, and the people that I talked to said, we're going to get a little bit more speed. Yes, we will, but they think that the racing is going to be better. Even though it's a harder tire, the cars are going to be more manageable, more maneuverable, maybe see an outside groove come in, so they think that the racing on this 10-inch tire is going to be better.
Oh, yeah, definitely. With the speeds coming up and having the ability obviously with more rubber on the road, you can maneuver the cars a little bit better. And that's generally across all racing. If you can have more or a better tire on the racetrack, the racing gets better. However, they wear out a little bit slower because there's more rubber there. So, it all depends on what you're looking at for racing. Side-by-side racing, yes, absolutely. But if you're into the strategy stuff like I am, it's something that you kind of have to watch. Like, somebody's going to fall off. Now they're all going to be there, and they're going to be able to sprint all the way to the finish.
This is Jerry Miller in the 49 machine. Jerry Miller goes 12.430 at 12.430. So Jerry kind of had his hands full there in the number 49 machine, a veteran of the late model and super late model battles here at the Slinger Super Speedway. The 33-degree banked high banks. We call it the fastest quarter-mile oval in the world. This is Tyler Schley in the 55, another veteran of the late model wars here. He's taken that machine to victory lane, and on lap number 2, he goes at 12.054. You think you go at 12.0, you'd be in good shape. He's 8th on the board, is Tyler Schley. Jerry Eckhart on track, the Orange Blossom Special. This guy is a legend.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You think you're a legend, Brock Heinrich.
Now, hold up. I didn't say any of that. You said that. I'm a legend at the party afterwards.
You may be a Brock star, but this guy's a rock star. He's the world's oldest teenager, Jerry Eckhart. We love him here. PMF Landscape Supply on the back of that 61. I'm going to give you a homework assignment. Before we leave the grounds tonight, you need to go over to his pit and look at his hauler.
Absolutely.
All right? It is legendary. And then he can parallel park that bad boy, too, on Main Street.
Really?
I've seen
really?
It. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out. I know he's an interesting-looking fellow. I picked up on that right off the bat. It seems like my kind of person. Just someone who kind of stands out in the crowd.
Got a stogie in his mouth. This is Mike Held in the cow car, 72 machine, Mike Held. Again, one of the area competitors here in the late model division. He's a veteran in this division. Mike Held in that 72 machine. He is going to be 6th quick, 11.977. Cooper Goralski setting the pace at an 11.913.
First time here, too. That's incredible. Cooper has not made laps on this track yet until yesterday. He actually broke a hub in one of the early practice sessions. So they've been battling with that thing, hasn't had a whole lot of laps, and he ripped one. So that's cool.
Yep, Cooper Goralski goes to the top of the board, just off the track record. Jacob Nottested's track record, 11.904, currently stands, but Cooper Goralski right there. The 84 machine, Jake Vanoski. Jake Vanoski on track right now, the 14th driver for the late models to take time. These drivers getting 2 laps of qualifying, 2 laps. The IBEW Local 494 sponsored 84 machine. He's a butcher by trade.
A butcher by trade.
A butcher by trade.
Now, I thought the butcher by trade would have been in the cow car. But I guess that don't matter all that much.
That's the kind of insight. We just love that. There you go. Jake Vanoski will go 10th quick at 12.291. Next track, car on track, Alex Lopazinski in the 88 out of the Chris Radicek stable.
I've done some business with Chris Radicek before. I wonder if that's one of my old cars.
It was pretty loose off of turn number 2, that's for sure.
That's something that I'm really noticing with these. Even though they got a bigger tire on there, it's harder. So the speeds will go up, but they still might not handle like they're used to having with that 8-inch tire.
The 88 managed to find a little bit of speed. 13th quick for Alex Lopasinski. The 99, Tom Behrens. Here's another car that is freshly lettered.
Oh, yeah. This was a beautiful-looking unit driving through the pits earlier.
Tom Behrens in that 99 machine. Behrens goes 3rd on lap number 1. Tom Behrens, your new track record holder.
All right.
Behrens, an 860, 11.860.
Oh, yeah. These guys are laying down some laps today for sure.
No Creek Automotive sponsored 01. This is Ryan Gutnick, former track champion here at Slinger in this late model division. Ryan got some seat time in a super late model last year at the old High Banks, so we'll see if he can use that to his advantage here in the late models and this wider tires. So far in qualifying, he comes up a little bit short. Ryan Gutnick, 11th quick, a 12.179. We know this car is going to be fast. This is Michael Bilderback. Michael Bilderback, a multiple-time Big 8 Series champion. And Mikey goes to the top of the board an 11.796. Cooper Goralski was atop the speed charts. He now sits third, and he is with our Special T Manufacturing pit road reporter, Jonathan Ramos.
It was an absolutely amazing lap. Was top of the board for the longest with an 11.913. Cooper Goralski, what else did you need out there possibly to continue to hold the top of the board?
I feel like we had a great car. We just need some more drive out of the corner. It's my first time here, almost second year in the late model, so I feel like we have a great run going for us.
The youngster, Cooper Goralski, yes, it looked like he was going to be our fast qualifier, but he has been kicked back down to third. But still, to his point, first time here.
Yep.
Man, that's impressive.
I mean, and this place is crazy. If you've never been here before, the speed that these guys have around this track, I think, who was it that said it's like flying a fighter jet around a gymnasium?
Dick Trickle.
That is what this looks like.
Well, that was Bristol. That's what he said about Bristol. Well, this is half the size of Bristol.
This has got to be even crazier than Bristol. I'd love to make it to Bristol, but this is pretty wild.
The 3 car was Tyler Romatka, our final qualifier for the late models. Qualifies in 13th at a 252, a 12.252. So it looks like late model qualifying is complete. And Michael Bilderback, your top qualifier, new track record holder for the late model divisions at the Slinger Super Speedway. He goes in 11.796 and 11.796. The Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Midwest Tour presented by 5-Star Race Car Bodies. Qualifying session is up next. And, Brock, we talked about this. First of all, we should set the table. We kind of got thrown into the fire there. I am Dean Strom, alongside Brock Heinrich, a winner on the ASA Midwest Tour. What was that, 2023?
2023. It feels like a long time away, or a long time since then. But
Larry Deachin's Memorial at your home track, State Park Speedway.
Yep. And, it's just kind of good to be here. We're a little bit behind this year, but running with the tour, these guys, it's just an awesome crew of people, and the drivers, so much respect amongst the rest of the field. It's refreshing. I need to get back in victory lane one way or the other, whether it's with the tour or with somebody else. But I guess that's one of my highlights, I would say, winning the Deachins race back then. But
a first-time winner and a win that pretty much came out of nowhere, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. We definitely we had some help because we know John Beal and Gabe Summers got together there, but you got to be in position to win the race.
You got to be in position, and you'll take it any way you can get it. Hey, we're gonna turn things over to a commercial break here real quickly, and when we come back, we'll hear from Michael Bilderback. Stick with us on Track TV.
Better than a bootlegger. Way better than a bootlegger. Pretty good. Very blueberry. Highly recommend this to anybody out there. It's pretty good. 10 out of 10 right there.
I think it's delicious. I had the peach, I had the grape at Five Flags. Trying the pina colada right now. Feels like I'm on the beach somewhere.
Racers are dedicated to winning. And Chevrolet Performance's 3 factory-sealed Circle Track crate engines can help you get to the checkered flag first. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a touring hero, on dirt or pavement, Chevrolet Performance Circle Track crate engines are engineered to win. Right out of the box.
Jerry Prishkin Memorial on tap for the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Midwest Tour presented by 5-Star Bodies here at the Slinger Super Speedway. The undercard this afternoon is the late models and Michael Bilderback, your new track record holder and fast qualifier.
An 11.796, a new track record for you, Michael Bilderback. How did you do it?
I don't know. Yesterday we couldn't make more than 4 laps because the 10-inch tire kept rubbing the sway bars. So we were about to throw the hats in and just call it a day and sit in the stands and drink beer. But we aren't quitters. So we round some parts up, got a welder, used a generator and welded a new sway bar arm up and tested it this morning and it worked. And I mean, we really haven't changed the car once since we unloaded. We just got to get the tire to stay on it. But yeah, I knew the car was pretty good, but I didn't know if it was going to be that good.
And on the ASA side, most know you for working with Austin Nation. Did they help you out with this car? Is a family-owned team? Who really helped put that power back behind the motor?
Yeah, we actually, Brian Bagwell owns this, and it's just a good group of guys, a bunch of fun guys. He's owned this car. I've raced for him for the last 4 or 5 years, and I got my own program, but this program's really came to life here in the last 3 or 4 years. We've won 8 or 9 limited late races, and it's good everywhere we go to. So pretty pumped here. We've been struggling with our qualifying speed, and we got a little speed today. So it's the first time on the 1070, so we're pretty happy, and now we just got to go finish 75 laps.
All smiles here in the Builder back pit. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan Ramos, our special T Manufacturing Pit Road Report. We go qualifying for the ASA Midwest Tour. Casey Johnson, last year's champion, drew a pill with a number on it at the driver's meeting. The number was 4. Luke Fenhouse was not happy about that because he's our first qualifier.
Yep, being the first one out there is always a disadvantage because typically either the track heats up or the track cools down, and you want to base something off of you want to base your lap off of something that's already happened out there. He has to set the pace, and he sets the bar as far as what everybody else was doing, and he was okay with his car. You just wanted to make it last a little bit longer, so we'll see what he comes up with here.
The Dunright exterior, Slowey Farms, Grassland Crystal finishing number 4. Luke Fenhouse goes in 11.070. Good first lap for the first driver out, Luke Fenhouse, the 2021 Slinger Nationals champion and a winner here in the ASA Midwest Tour when we were back in the High Banks in 2022. We go from that number 4 to this number 4 from Freedom, Wisconsin, the Ken's Sports number 4. Cody Vanderloop. Cody Vanderloop, the 22-year-old driver. First time he has been here in a big car.
Sure.
He had the sport truck that he has run here plenty, and he was dominant in the sport trucks. But now switching over to the full-sized super late models on the ASA Midwest Tour, that is a heck of a transition. My goodness.
Oh, for sure. See, he's a little bit off the pace here.
Penn Sauter on track right now. The T-Sport, Napa of Cheyenne. Don's Auto, Oak Creek Automotive, number 5 entry. Ran yesterday's practice session on used rubber, stickered up, made a mock run, and he went second quick late in practice today.
Yes, he did really good there. I hadn't been watching him early in practice, but as soon as he turned that lap there...
I know, you and I both kind of looked at each other like,
wow.
What?
I had actually walked away from the fence, and I'm like, oh, where did Penn come from? Thing looks pretty good.
Penn Sauter, 11.145, a 145 on lap number 2. Casey Johnson told me we're going to have a high 0 is going to be the pole speed. Well, right now Luke Fenhouse has a 0.70, so that's a high 0. But we also have to look at the top 16.
Oh, for sure.
Top 16 are going to make it in through qualifying. This is John DeAngelis Jr. in the DeAngelis Construction number 7. He was fast in practice, a 2.12 and 11.212. His quickest so far. This is going to be his money lap for Johnny D. Let's see what he has. And he improves to a 169. Hey, Ty Fredrickson is with our Special T Manufacturing Pit Road reporter, Jonathan Ramos.
Down in the pits with Ty Fredrickson. You've hopped in your race car. What are your thoughts before heading out for qualifying?
Yeah, we got a little bit to work to do still, but we changed a lot of things here for qualifying from our mock run, so hopefully we can pick up a little bit of speed, but we'll see. We usually race a lot better than we practice here, so I'm not going to get too down, but hopefully we can pick up a little speed for qualifying.
This will not be your last time racing here at Slinger this year. You'll be back with the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour. Are you expecting to learn anything before that race in June?
Yeah, there's always a lot to learn racing at a racetrack before. You come here with a different set of guys and a little bit more horsepower. So learn as much as we can today, and hopefully we can have a good race today.
Ty Fredrickson, ready to roll.
Thank you, Jonathan Ramos. From Pit Road, courtesy of Special T Manufacturing. Paulie Schaefer Jr. was out while we were talking to Ty Fredrickson. He's 4th quick. This is Mitch Haver, the 3rd number 7 machine, the Progress Manufacturing Bonafide Security Solutions entry. Still chasing Luke Fenhouse. Getting back to Ty Fredrickson, he made his first laps here for practice of this event 2 years ago. He said, man, that was so much fun. He was on the radio when he first hit the track. He's like, this is the most fun I've ever had in a race car. And then he said, and then everybody went and looked at the scoring monitor. It wasn't so fun. And he's been on the struggle bus. He really has.
Yes, I talked to him a little bit earlier today, and they said they were throwing the kitchen sink at it. They figured it might be bad rubber, but when they rubber back up, they think they might get a little bit more speed out of it. But we have yet to see that, so we'll see what he can pull to, well, like you said, an O to the show today. And I'm actually getting surprised here at some of these ones that we're getting. We're kind of starting to draw the picture for what the rest of the day will have.
That was Derek Kraus in the Kafka Conveyor, Shockwave Marine, seating number 9. Third quick for Derek. Good to see Derek here. He was a last-minute entry, won the ASA Stars National Tour race, got postponed down in Dominion. So he headed back home and make it back up here to Wisconsin. Jonathan Ramos is with Luke Fenhaus.
And there is no surprise seeing Luke Fenhaus top of the board. You won the 2021 track championship here at Slinger Speedway. How do you consistently find speed around this quarter mile?
Well, it's tough. This place is so difficult, and our stuff seems to be perfect. To hit it right on, you have to be perfect to compete and win races here. So it's really hard to get that, week in and week out. But I feel like we have a good car today. Hopefully it stays that way. I thought we had good speed all day yesterday practicing, and I look forward to the race.
And speed is one thing, but for a driver, you seem to really like this place. What makes it so likable?
Yeah, it's just fun. I mean, I haven't been here since probably Slinger Nationals last year, and we went to the Dells, won the Dells last two weekends ago, and came back here, and I'm like, wow, got to get back on top of the wheel here. So it's just a good racetrack, fun racetrack. This is probably one of my favorite racetracks ever. So glad we have a great race car, and just super proud of my guys. We've worked really, really good in the shop together, and that's where our true speed has really shown.
Jonathan Ramos, our specialty manufacturing pit road reporter. Did you see the smile on Luke Fenhaus' face for that second question when he said, Jonathan said, you like this place, don't you? And his face just lit up. There's something about this place.
Yeah, and watching in practice, too, I kind of picked him out right off the bat. He's so smooth. He's got the groove figured out here. He didn't post a real fast lap right off the bat, but I don't even know if they went out for the second session because he was satisfied with it. He goes, we just want to make it last a little bit longer, but he's proved right there that he's got the speed to put it at the top of the board, and we'll see if he can stay there.
We'll bring you up to speed on a couple cars that have gone out. Alex Prunty, the two-time former champion here at the Slinger Super Speedway, 6th quick. Bryce Miller, 7th quick. Good to see Bryce near the top of the board. And Nick Egan, a rookie on the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Midwest Tour, presented by 5-Star. Egan goes 4th quick. Here's a guy that I was happy yet surprised to see on the entry list. I thought he was easing his way into retirement. Great to have him back. This is Austin Nason in the 14. Austin Nason, he will be 7th on the chart in that number 14 machine. Nason, of course, the car corner. Hayes Builders, number 14, Roscoe, Illinois driver. He said, hey, the car wasn't selling. I had it here. And he kind of likes this racetrack.
Oh, sure. Why not? Come out and race.
Come on, let's go race.
And he showed a lot of speed in practice, too, all day long.
He did. Here's a guy who we want to see up near the top of the charts because he's running for a championship, the 2-time champion in the ASA Midwest Tour, the Meristem Crop Performance, MHSH Aero Precision entry, Gabe Summers. And Gabe is 7th quick. 7th quick, an 11.212, a 2.12. We thought that the top 16, you might have to run a 1.
Yeah, everybody was they were within a 10th earlier. And I don't know if it's the sun beating down on the racetrack. I know the sun has come out a little
sunnier,
bit more. Yeah. And now that there's rubber down on the racetrack, maybe some of that initial speed has gone away.
Billy Braun and the number 17. He is 10th quick on lap number 2. Billy Braun, the Palmyra, Wisconsin driver. Petey Paterka, Wisconsin Automation, number 17. Second generation racer. Billy Braun will stay 10th quick, and another 17 rolls trackside. This young man had quite a year last year. Included in his accolades was the Slinger Super Speedway Track Championship. This is Grant Griesbach. Griesbach in the Cobblestone Hotels, IBEW, Local 494, Keys Marina. Number 17, the 24-year-old, Watertown, Wisconsin. Grant Griesbach, 7th quick, 11:195, a 195 for Grant. This is his third and final lap, and Grant will not improve. He'll go at 2:06. So Grant Griesbach, 7th quick. Penn Sauter, third-generation racer, had his rookie year with the ASA Midwest Tour last year, representing the Kawicki Driver Development Program in 2026.
7/100ths off the pole position. Penn Sauter, which more did he need?
Honestly, I feel like all week all weekend we've just been battling a little tight condition in the center, and felt like if I could have had a little more turn, we could have maybe gotten to the 4. But overall, after how this has kind of gone, we struggled yesterday, struggled this morning. I'll take P2, and hopefully it holds up, and feel good about 100 laps for later, and hopefully we can get her to the front.
Our specialty manufacturing pit road reporter, Jonathan Ramos, with Penn Sauter. Penn sits second on the board. Luke Fenhaus, the first driver to go out, sits atop the board. This is Jeff Storm. Stormy, the driver of the 25, the veteran from Waterford, Wisconsin, Benson Valley Bourbon, Doormaster, Breber Music, Oak Creek Automotive sponsored 25. And we look for Stormy. He is 12th quick on lap number 2. Third and final lap right here for Stormy. Going to see him a lot at the Slinger Super Speedway in 2026. Just a tick slower on his third lap, so Jeff Storm is going to have to watch the rest of qualifying and bite his fingernails. He is 12th quick. Remember, the top 16 advance automatically to the Jerry Prishkin Memorial. This is Jesse Bernhagen from Markesan, Wisconsin, and the Jones Dairy Farm Schultz Transport, number 28. He's a veteran of the Slinger Super Speedway. He won the late model championship a couple years ago. I think he won just about every race on the season. He was absolutely dominant, switching to the super late models here for the past 2 years. Jesse Bernhagen, they were struggling in practice as well. Bernhagen will be 14th quick at an 11:352. Mitch Haver is on the bubble. Paulie Schaefer Jr. right next to him, 15th quick. Here is Ty Fredrickson. We heard from him earlier on from our Jonathan Ramos, the Herman's Landscape Supply MFR All-Star Performance, number 36, the 17-year-old from Webster, Minnesota. Let's see if the kitchen sink that they threw at this 36 is going to work.
It already looks a little bit better. This is going to be his money lap right here.
And he's 11th quick. So
11th, yeah, major improvement. Little loose out of turn 4. And that might hurt him a little bit.
Yeah, that cost him. Well, actually, that was his best lap, a 280, an 11:280. So he'll go up to 10th quick. He'll have to sit and watch the rest of qualifying and see how that's going to work out. The Coachwork Auto Body Wiedmeyer Express. Number 42 rolls trackside of Dennis Prunty. Dennis Prunty, Zeller Transportation, also along for the ride. Allenton, Wisconsin driver, former Slinger Nationals champion, former Slinger Super Speedway track championship to his credit is Dennis Prunty. He is inside the top 16, 13th quick at a 3:09. His third and final lap. It looks like he is going to move up to 10th. An 11:269, a 269. Interesting to see how this driver will do here on the high banks. Justin Mondyke. Mondyke in the 44, the Team CJ Realty, EAU Teddy G Auto Body 44. Mondyke 11th quick on lap number 1. This is a guy that has, in the past, had some struggles here.
Oh, yeah. I got the chance to talk with him. I talked with him for a little bit, and he was much happier about his car following practice earlier today, and the speed is showing. So it's good to see that they kind of got some things figured out with that car. Not really able to improve on that lap, but I know he's way happier than he had been in the past.
An 11:269 will be his fastest, and he will be 11th quick. Here's the champ, the 4-time ASA Midwest Tour champion, behind the wheel of the Chase Motorsports 47 entry. Valley Gasket along for the ride on the side of Casey Johnson's machine. Casey Johnson in the 47.
This one looks like it might be a little bit snug, but he's showing some good speed here.
9th quick on his second lap. Casey down to the stripe, and he will improve all the way to 2nd.
Yeah, that last lap right there, it looked like he was right where he needed to be on the racetrack, and the speed showed.
An 11:138 for Casey. We take a look down to the bubble. Jeff Storm on the bubble at an 11:312. This is Joe Scholze on track right now. The Chosen Valley Farm, number 58, driver from Holman, Wisconsin, has been a regular on the ASA Midwest Tour the last couple of seasons. Joe Scholze, he has got 2 of his 3 laps in. His best is at 11:758. So he is going to have to pick up the pace here on his final lap. Joe Scholze will improve to an 11:626. Ryan Farrell takes to the track right now. The driver of the 80 machine comes to us from Big Bend. Adams Towing, Jim Burke Excavating, On-Demand Transport, Track TV sponsored number 80. He had fast time in this race a couple of years ago. Here's a driver who just needs some luck on his side. He has some speed, but he just needs some luck once we drop the green flag on the race.
Yeah, when I talked to him earlier, he said this is one of those racetracks where you're either on or you're not on. And you might not change a whole lot. It just seems like it doesn't work sometimes. And I thought that looked pretty good there.
He improves up to 13th quick, does Ryan Farrell. 11:279. That will knock Jeff Storm off the bubble and put Bryce Miller on the bubble as Brad Miller takes to the track. The Barker Motorsports Suburban Harley-Davidson BMRE Electric Karts 89 machine. 3-time champion at the Slinger Super Speedway. Slinger Nationals champion. Bradley is certainly one to contend with here. And he's a driver who has always been quick in qualifying. Just 11th quick right now. 3rd lap, he does not improve, so Bradley will be 11th quick at an 11:259. That does bump Bryce Miller, puts Austin Nason on the bubble, and here comes the 91.
Oh, yeah, and it was another one of those days where he wasn't ecstatic about his car. He's just okay with it, but if I know Ty Majeski like I know Ty Majeski, just okay is good enough to be plenty fast.
10th quick, the Menards, number 91. 5-time Midwest Tour champion. 2 laps in the books. 5th quick for Ty Majeski. Here is his 3rd lap.
Oh, big slide out of turn 4. That may have hurt it.
And that does hurt him. 11:149, Ty Majeski, 5th quick. Casey Johnson went to 2nd on the board, and he is with our Jonathan Ramos.
And Casey Johnson, you are P2 on the boards. How do you feel about your speed?
I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, we didn't do a whole lot of mocking this weekend. We were working on long run speed, but I knew the car had some speed in it. We did a pretty good lap. Luke, obviously, he can qualify here, so I'll take P2.
Thoughts of Casey Johnson, courtesy of our special T manufacturing pit road reporter, Jonathan Ramos. Yes, Luke Fenhaus can qualify good here. When he won his championship in 21, I think he set fast time every night but one. And he sits atop the board here as qualifying rapidly is coming to a conclusion. R.J. Braun in the 92. He was on track. And R.J. is 11th quick. And here's the 0-2 of Race Hayes, who I think is our final qualifier in his first action ever at the Slinger Super Speedway.
Yeah, and I was actually really impressed with how he was running in practice earlier today. He ran a wicked lap right off the bat before the pace started picking up because people were rubbering up. So, you know, everybody's got a knack for a certain type of racetrack, and this might be something that race likes, just like Super Luke likes it. Super Luke Fenhaus, that is.
The Jim A&A Lock Service Titan Dirt Works helping out on the 0-2, and Race Hayes will be 22nd at an 11:349. And yes, that is the end of qualifying for the ASA Midwest Tour. Luke Fenhaus, the first driver to go out, and he made liars out of us, didn't he? Because normally drivers don't want to go out first.
No, that's usually like the worst thing that could happen to start the day off is when you get picked out of that bag. And he made it work. But like I said, some people just have a knack for certain kinds of racetracks, and I thought he looked so smooth in practice. It really doesn't surprise me that he was able to pull it off, but it is a huge disadvantage to start first in qualifying.
So the drivers there at the end that got bumped out, Ty Fredrickson, Austin Nason, we mentioned Bryce Miller. So Ryan Farrell just makes it in on time. He's 16th. Justin Mondyke, Dennis Prunty, Brad Miller, Levon Vandergeest, 12th. RJ Braun, 11th. Gabe Summers, 10th. Your top 10, Grant Griesbach, Alex Prunty, John DeAngelis Jr., Nick Egan, 6th. Ty Majeski, 5th. In your top 4, Derek Kraus, Penn Sauter, Casey Johnson, and Luke Fenhaus. So you had to run a 279. That was a little slower than we thought. Perhaps it is the sun. Perhaps it is the track heating up a little bit.
Yeah, it was kind of hazy at first during the day. And now that the sun is fully out, I do think that's kind of baking the racetrack, a little bit less grip.
Qualifying is in the books. Stick with us. We'll be back on Track TV here in just a moment.
Why not give your grill the deep clean it deserves? The CitraSafe Grill Cleaner Complete Bucket Kit has everything you need to get your grill spotless, inside and out. Powered by natural citrus, CitraSafe cuts through the toughest grease and grime safely and easily. No harsh chemicals, no hassle. Recipes taste better on a clean grill.
Fire Suppression Solutions, proud sponsor of the ASA Stars National Tour.
Five Star Bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looks so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5 Star.
This corner isn't just a car lot, it's where stories begin. First jobs, first road trips, creating memories and starting new chapters. For the dreamers, the doers, the ones building something of their own, we've got you too. Because at Car Corner, it's not just about getting a car, it's about where that car will take you.
Welcome back to Slinger Super Speedway, the fastest quarter-mile oval in the world. Their opening day, it's the Jerry Prieshkin Memorial, and also opening day for the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Midwest Tour, presented by 5 Star Race Bodies. My name is Dean Strom, alongside Brock Heinrich. Our third member of our broadcast team is Jonathan Ramos, our specialty manufacturing pit road reporter, and he is with Derek Kraus.
It is fourth on the speed charts for you, Derek Kraus. How did you feel about your car?
Yeah, I felt like overall we got pretty good speed. It'll be interesting to see where we start with the invert, but 100 laps here is going to go really quick. So we're going to have to get up on the wheel and get to the front as soon as possible.
Now, your history here at Slinger Speedway, it's a little interesting, right? You race all the way from the Bandoleros up to the super late models. What makes you and your family-owned team wanting to consistently come back to the world's most famous quarter mile?
It's just a really unique place. The fans here always pack the place, so that's really cool. And to be able to come here as much as we have, it's been a lot of fun, and just looking forward to the race today.
And for you, you have to adjust from the rules package with the ASA Stars National Tour and the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Midwest Tour. How are you guys able to do that quick turnaround time?
We had our car ready to go at the shop, luckily, and we were able to turn it around and come here today and hopefully put on a good show.
You expect the conditions to change at all from qualifying to race time?
Probably it'll slicken up just a little bit, just because the sun will be beating on the track more, and the more the rubber gets laid down, it should get greasy, and hopefully the stuff on the top activates, and you can use that lane to pass as well.
Derek Kraus and company prepare for this evening's event.
So Derek Kraus has run the Slinger Nationals just about, I think, every year the last 10-plus years that he's been running super late models, and has had to race his way into the Slinger Nationals on multiple occasions because he didn't qualify well. So what does that say when Derek Kraus has a good qualifying lap at a big event?
He has shown a lot of strength in the longer races. That it's crazy to me. Like he has, like you said, he races out of the like a qualifying race, and then shows so much strength. Like in the Nationals, I know when he was in the 21 car, he almost had that race won, but lost power steering and was still able to hang on. So if he's showing a ton of speed in qualifying, who knows what he's got today? But he mentioned it depends on how the invert sets him. And according to Luke Fenhouse, you need to be in the first 3 rows to even have a shot in a sprint race like this.
The invert will be determined by a die roll at opening ceremonies, and it will be 7+ that die roll. Talked about Justin Mondyke before. He made it in on time, but Justin talked to me yesterday, and he said he wanted raw speed because you can have a great race car, but to your point, there's only 100 laps to get to the front. If you're starting 20th,
oh yeah, you're in trouble.
You got your work cut out for you. So you do. And to Luke's point, need to kind of hit the invert, don't you?
Yeah, and you got to hit it right. This is the kind of race where, well, now that the sun's beating down, it's the kind of race where you have to go right off the bat. And when everybody's in a sprint, meaning nobody's saving really anything, you have to save some. But when you're not really saving that much, it's hard to pass because typically there's I would say stages in races where we have comers and goers. Somebody's stuff will wear off, and somebody else who maybe had been saving things or their tires, they will be able to make their way forward. But this, everybody's going at the same time. So I would assume there's probably going to be a lot of beating and banging for the faster cars that need to make their way through the field. Otherwise, it might just be it could get single filed out. We don't want to see that. I don't think we're going to see that because in practice, it was so close. I don't think the qualifying times are necessarily going to reflect exactly what we're going to see in the race.
Yeah, it was a little slower in qualifying than we were anticipating. It'll be interesting when we drop the green flag for 100 laps. You and I were talking about that earlier today. How do you save here? Because, man, there's so much banking and so much speed, and you are on the gas so hard. How do you save?
And, it's really hard. And I think that's where I'll go back to what Luke Fenhouse had said. You are on it. You are on it the entire time. Everybody gets kind of single-filed out because you don't have the comers and goers like when things wear off. You can save stuff by just not mashing it, but you're gonna want to get while getting's good when you're all side by side and the track position is easier to get, because if things get strung out, the laps go so quick here, you're probably just not going to have enough time to make it through the field. So we'll have to see what happens because I don't know. We're getting kind of a mixed bag of things that have happened today. So
it's already thrown us a curveball. The guy who goes out first sets fast time, which we didn't think was going to happen. We thought that the cutoff for the top 16 was going to be an 11-1. That didn't happen. We're down in the count 0-2, my friend.
Yeah, no. I wish it's hard for me to say what it's going to take to save things here too. I don't think anybody's going to be saving anything. It's going to be a sprint. The race could be done in 15 minutes. It's such a fast pace.
Yeah.
And I've never run here before. Crazy place. Can't wait to have the opportunity to run here. But I don't know. I think everybody's just kind of got to go while the getting's good, and we'll see what happens.
We are about 30 minutes from our opening ceremonies here for this Prishkin Memorial. Opens the season for the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Midwest Tour, presented by 5 Star Bodies. Opens the season for the Slinger Super Speedway. We are going to be with you next week at Madison International Speedway for the Joe Shear Classic 200, a 200 lapper on fastest half mile out there. So we'd love to see you at the racetrack. Greg and Angie McCarnes always roll out the red carpet. Great racetrack. Love to see you there. But if you can't join us in person, you can watch us here on Track TV. Where's your first race going to be?
We're going to be running Kaukauna with the Tundra Series on May 16th. We got a lot of work to do yet. This has been an interesting year for me with starting a new business and a lot of my buddies and my awesome team. There's been so much going on. But we're going to be ready, and we're going to fight there.
And we're going to see you on the tour.
Yep, and then I think our next stop is Jefferson, if everything goes well.
That is the Salute the Troops 100 for the ASA Midwest Tour. It's traditionally has been the Saturday night of Memorial Day weekend. So I'm looking forward to seeing you. Have you raced there?
I have raced Jefferson.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite tracks. Kaukauna and Jefferson, just being how weird they are to drive, it's kind of my style. Like if it's a goofy track like State Park was, I was telling you earlier, it's a lot like a roller coaster. There's only one way around there. It's kind of my kind of track.
Well, we look forward to seeing you at Jefferson, and we look forward to seeing you whenever you are able to join us here on the ASA Midwest Tour. I know the last time we saw you, you gave her a good run at Fest, up to 11th.
Yeah, that was a
ran all the laps. Run. I was proud of you.
We've been having a really hard time getting through all of the laps or events at Oktoberfest, but we finally kind of put it all together. We didn't run Thursday and Friday. We just kind of relaxed.
That was
a little
by
bit.
Design.
Yep, and then we were able to run clean and green. Almost got myself in trouble in that race. I was at a 45-degree angle with the inside wall. But we held it together, and my spotter, Jake Zelmer, for that race, he just kept telling me to breathe, relax. I am not in the shape like some of these guys are to be running 200 laps all the time.
Well, we got to work on it.
I'm getting there.
Let's take a look back. We talked about the Joe Shear Classic. It is our next scheduled race for the ASA Midwest Tour. And again, you can catch all the action here on Track TV. But right now, let's take a look at last year's Joe Shear Classic 200 from Madison International Speedway.
We're going to see how they race today with Riley Stenjum and Levon Vandergeest. Penn Sauter coming to the green flag to begin the Joe Shear Classic 200 presented by Toyota.
Jim front row got away a little bit, and Levon Vandergeest said he wanted to get out front and pace this field. He thought Riley Stenjum would put up a good battle, but Vandergeest in the 23 will lead lap number one.
It's fun watching Mark watch the race.
Whoa, we got a spinner. That's Will Reese off of corner number 2. Reese making his first ASA Midwest Tour start of his career.
Back to green, the Joe Shear Classic. Back to green on lap 58 of 200 at Madison. Another tradition, so if weekly racers wanted to come to a short track and a spin, caution number 2 on the day. The Sunoco caution flies for Joe Valento, spinning upside turn 2 here at Madison. Vandergeest chose the outside last time on the restart, and Majeski will lead us back to green on lap 79 of the Joe Shear Classic 200.
Majeski got a great restart down in the bottom. Inches ahead. Majeski will be your new race leader. Levon Vandergeest is going to try and stay in his tire tracks and log some laps and perhaps learn a little bit, but Majeski opens up a 2-car length advantage.
Caution on the racetrack. 2 cars involved. Ty Fredrickson with big impact implications, and the number 7 of Pauly Schaefer. Damage to the rear tail.
Pauly gets underneath the 44, exiting corner number 2. They race side by side up the back straightaway.
Just couldn't get off him. Into turn 3.
Pauly with a hard hit. And Ty Fredrickson with a hard hit as well.
The 14 of Austin Nason. He's been charging up through the field with Ty Majeski. He's going to put his right sides on as well. And one thing I noticed down here, guys, and you guys could probably touch on this a little bit more up top, but Levon Vandergeest, Michael Bilderback, and Justin Mondijk elected to stay out.
Lap 95 to be counted here in the Joe Shear Classic 200. Levon Vandergeest brings us back to the green flag. Air pressure and one tweak we didn't do to the car Costing the win. Oh, my! Majeski's around. Majeski's around at turn 4. Racing for the lead time. Majeski spins. Left rear down for sure.
He'll power off of corner number 4. We are back to green. Closing laps coming your way at Madison.
Johnson gets held up a little bit. I think he might have caught the inside of the turn 1 pavement that slowed him up just ever so briefly and got Summers the advantage he needed to take that lead outright. Close call there for Fenhouse. I thought that might have brought out a Sonoma caution flag. It did not. Bilderback's on the full charge forward underneath Mondyke now.
They're battling it out for the win. That's allowing Bilderback to catch it and make this a 3-car battle for the win. At the line, there'll be 21 to go. 10 to go in this Joe Shear Classic 200. Now, Bilderback all over the back bumper. The 44, there's contact. Look out. Oh, my.
That's Morrissey, is number 39. We got a great view from the drone camera. Casey Johnson, Justin Mondyke, Michael Bilderback, and Jacob Gady in pursuit as we go back to green. The Citrus Safe lead change in the late going. Johnson moves ahead now of Summers by a full car length, but here comes Summers on the inside.
On the outside, what a power move by Casey Johnson. Johnson leads. Off of corner number 4, Casey Johnson will win.
To victory lane we go with Casey Johnson and public address announcer Eric Kienefeld.
No kidding, man. About halfway through that race, I was ready to throw in the towel. Man, we were just struggling. We made some great adjustments there halfway. Threw some tires on. A lot of good guys wrecked. I mean, and here we are. What can you say?
Casey Johnson started the 2025 campaign on such a strong foot. He wasn't going to run the whole series. Goes out and wins the Joe Shear Classic. And a couple wins after that, he said, you know what? Maybe we'll run for a championship. He concluded the 2025 season with his 4th ASA Midwest Tour Championship. That was the highlights from the Joe Shear Classic 1 year ago. We are back at Madison International Speedway 1 week from today. Love to see you there. And if you can't watch us in person, you can watch us on Track TV. Gabe Summers is a 2-time ASA Midwest Tour champion. He's with our specialty manufacturing pit road reporter, Jonathan Ramos.
Catching up with 2-time ASA Midwest Tour champion Gabe Summers. Summers, how do you feel about your race car heading to this event?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I've had some really bad cars here and some really good cars here, and I think it's pretty good. So it should hold good race pace, hopefully. This place, man, traffic gets really intense real quick. So you got to be able to drive the car and not have it going all over the place. So I feel like it's pretty stable, and it should race really good tonight.
It's an exciting time of the year. The off-season has gone away. The snow, for the most part, gone throughout Wisconsin. But for you, it's racing season. You have a ton of accolades with the Midwest Tour. Which one stands out to you the most?
Oh, man, it's tough. They're all pretty big wins, you know. There's a lot of great competition every time we go racing with Midwest Tour. And, man, there's probably 15 good cars here that could win tonight. So, man, any win, if you can get one, means a lot.
Any surprises and challenges your team is maybe kind of keeping an eye on for the possibility before we drop the green flag with the changing weather conditions?
Yeah, it's going to get slick quick, I think. Just a lot of cars on the track, it heat up, and sun's beating down on it pretty good. So just try to keep the right rear tire under it as long as you can and try to get track position when you can without getting tore up. Things happen really fast here.
Now, I kind of want to dive into the race driver perspective. You're getting ready for the autograph session. You have a ton of fans lined up here. Does this add to the excitement for you? Does it maybe add butterflies heading into the start of the season?
Yeah, there's a lot of fans here. That's a really good turnout. Yeah, it's cool to get all the fans down here and have an autograph session and get up close and personal with everybody that comes out here and supports us.
Guys, they're lined up to get ready to get autographs. So for the start of the Jerry Priesky Memorial 100, Gabe, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. We talked to Gabe, spent a bunch of time talking with him today. You talk about first of all, let's go back to Oktoberfest. He's a winner at Oktoberfest. He used that win a couple of years ago to score a championship. Gabe, I think that might be the win that you were trying to think of. But he's had a bunch of changes over the offseason. Dave Meyer is the new crew chief, takes over for Travis Sauter. And today he has a new spotter, Tucker Miller. He's got a handful of starts with Gabe. In the spotter stand does Tucker. Normally his brother, Max, is his spotter, and those two have such a great connection. Older brother, Max. But you know what Max is doing this weekend? Planting taters.
Planting potatoes.
The family business is potato farmers. It's supposed to rain up in central Wisconsin tomorrow.
Yep.
Weather is good. Hey, farmer, you got to get the fields planted when you can get them planted. So Max Summers unable to join us here today. So Gabe's going to have a different guy in his ear. How important is that for you to have a consistent spotter, a consistent voice in your ear?
I have had actually quite a few spotters, so it's...
They all get tired of you or what?
Well, this is one of those things where we're a type of team where everybody comes and goes. We're all super busy. But to have something that you're used to, so when somebody's going to make a call, you kind of know what to anticipate. Tucker Miller has also spotted for me. He's one of the best in the business. But like you said, the chemistry that Max and Gabe have together gets you wins. And everything that they do is kind of together. I can also add on the fact that, yes, when you got to plant, you have to plant. And it's been so wet in Wisconsin. Yep. There's moisture flooding everywhere. I completely understand that he couldn't be there to go up there and plant some potatoes. That makes sense.
You got to take care of the family business, right? Hey, another one of those central. I don't know if we can call him. He's a central Wisconsin racer, but he's from northern Wisconsin. He's about a 9-iron from the UP-Michigan border, from Gleason, Wisconsin. Let's hear from Justin Mondyke.
Able to catch up with Justin Mondyke. He's signing autographs for fans ahead of the first round of the ASA Midwest Tour. Mondyke, what do you feel about this atmosphere right now before you put the hammer down and race for 100 laps?
It's always great to come to Slinger Super Speedway. It's, of course, the world's fastest quarter mile, and it's good to have the Midwest Tour back here this year. Really happy that Marty and Misty Mello took it over, and they've been great for the series and really pro racer. And like I said, just really happy to be back at Slinger, happy about the new ownership, and looking forward to a great year.
And you're looking forward to a good year, but it's going to be a long year. Any big changes over the offseason that you like by chance?
We always, rebuild our cars. We got 3 Toby cars in our stable, and Upchurch Performance and Wagner Automotive hooks us up with great horsepower. So just rebuilding everything, of course, make some chassis changes and suspension, and debuting it today, and so far it's been pretty good. So just continue to work hard all year and see where it takes us.
You've also elected to join the Platinum program this year, committing to the full season. Any races that stand out to you as possibly the hotbed to find victory lane?
Yeah, definitely Norway Speedway for us has always been a good track over the years. We've won at Elko, of course, in the past. So a lot of the short tracks, flat tracks, suit our driving style a little bit better. Been really close at Madison the last couple of years with a couple second and thirds. So just really looking forward to the whole schedule and having a great year.
It's a quick turnaround before the Joe Shear Classic next week, but the challenges at Slinger, they're so defined. You can really see within the character of the race car. What's one of the hardest things about getting around this track?
Well, the hardest thing is just you're on the razor edge the whole time. Everything you do, at every other track as far as driving techniques, you kind of throw that out the window here. So you really got to train your brain to drive differently here. And then you kind of go to different tracks. You kind of got to get out of those habits again. So it's a hard track to come into and run well, but we've had success here in the past, and looking forward to 100 laps today.
Justin Mondyke, ready to go racing.
Justin Mondyke. Let's talk about that, Brock Heinrich. 84 consecutive starts for Justin Mondyke here in the ASA Midwest Tour. He has dabbled here at the Slinger Super Speedway from time to time. Had a win last year here in Sunday night competition, but he told our Jonathan Ramos that everything you learn as a driver, get the car in the corner, easy on the gas, blah, blah, blah. Everything you learn, it goes right out the window here at Slinger because there's so much grip. And the banking keeps you down in the racetrack that it is just hammer down. And that's why Justin told me that's why he has struggled here so much, because it goes against everything he's ever learned.
Yes, absolutely. And what I've noticed is you are just off the gas for a little bit to kind of pitch the car into the corner. It almost drives like a dirt track. And then as soon as you have it pointed the way you want it pointed, you have to be able to put the power to the road. So like he said, it's entirely different. Where the super lates, typically, like he said, you ease into the corner, you let it rotate, and then you feather back into the throttle to get it up out of there. Because we got a lot of power, even though we got a lot of rubber on the road. But It's totally different here. Just how much grip, all the downforce or the lateral G's that you have in the corner, it just plants you in the racetrack. So you're able to get on that gas hard and you can't mess up. There's a very fine line that people like Luke or Ty have got figured out at this racetrack. And that's something that's going to be important. And it takes others longer to pick up on that. But I think he's a lot happier today than he has been in the past.
We're going to talk to Ryan Farrell. Ryan has a long history here at the Slinger Super Speedway. Started in the Thunder cars, worked his way up to the Super Late models, and he is with our Jonathan Ramos.
And Ryan Farrell here signing autographs as fans as Slinger continues to get jam-packed ahead of the first race of the ASA Midwest Tour season. You committing to the full season. What elected you and your team to want to run the full tour?
Well, I thought the Platinum program was a pretty good deal. The Track TV, the chance to do commercials with some of the sponsors, and then the payout obviously increased. Pretty good deal. I thought it was worth signing up for. I've never run the whole tour. We're just going to try what we can. We're always budget constrained, but this helps us out, so let's see if we can do it.
The atmosphere is pretty electric. The band got going. How do you feel about this tour and just the whole initial start before the 2026 season? Are you excited?
Well, as a former drummer back in the day, I'm ready to get out there with them. But no, I'm pretty excited about it. I need a little bit more from the car. We've been tuning on it pretty good. Tried some new things this weekend. Just a little bit off, but we made the show on time. Now we'll get some more data from qualifying, make some adjustments, see if we can get to the front.
Ryan Farrell, pretty positive heading into the race.
The thoughts of Ryan Farrell talking about the fact that he did make it in on time, and Ryan Farrell just made it in on time, 16th. They took 16 through time, so Ryan Farrell, he is in the show. He can sit back and relax a little bit, won't have to run the last chance qualifier, won't have to fall back on a provisional. Ryan Farrell is in as we are just a few moments away, about 10 minutes or so away from our opening ceremonies. We see the band on the track. Did you play with the band?
I did not play with the band, but just like Ryan Farrell, I love the drums. I wonder what kind of drum he was playing. I always say the drummer is the one in the band that gets all the girls. So
yeah, how'd that work?
Well, I don't play the drums.
Oh, I thought you said you played the drum. Well,
no,
you want to play them.
I love the drums.
Oh, okay. All right.
I can't play the drums.
I can't read a note of music.
Me either.
If I had to, I wouldn't make it. Can't do it. Can't do it. And a lot of these, I believe this is the Slinger High School. I could be wrong. In years past, the Slinger High School has performed here at the at the Slinger Super Speedway. But yeah, it's good to see them out there. These kids, they put in a lot of time. I mean, just like athletes, just like race car drivers, they're practicing, they're working on their craft. It's good to see.
For sure. My sister was in the band for the longest time, and it looks like they're about to start here.
What'd she play?
She played the trombone.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And like you said, just so much goes into that.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, like racing, like golf, like swimming, anything. You have to master your craft, and I know these guys spend a lot of time practicing and mastering this.
Let's talk about that. I've heard from some of these crew chiefs on the ASA Midwest Tour, the time, the hours, the man hours that it takes to get to the racetrack and put a competitive car on the track.
It's a full-time job. It's seriously a full-time job. Hours and hours and hours that go into it, and it's not even just the working on the car and preparing the car. That's probably the most important part, because if you don't have a car to go to the racetrack, you ain't going racing. But there's things like social media is so huge nowadays, sponsorships, financing, all of it. It's extremely important, and you have to have all of your ducks in a row. Otherwise, it usually doesn't work out. And if it does work out a little bit, you can't find success unless you put it all together.
We are here at the Slinger Super Speedway. It's the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Midwest Tour presented by 5-Star Race Car Bodies. Opening event on the 2026 campaign for the ASA Midwest Tour. Opening event for the Slinger Super Speedway. We're just moments away from our opening ceremonies, where one of the things that we will accomplish, again, we will determine our invert for the Jerry Prishkin Memorial 100 lapper. Late models are also on the card. We've also got the debut of the Crown Vic division, so that's kind of cool. Hey, I hope you've been watching on our live look-in. If you have been, we are going to sign off right now for our live look-in. We'd love to have you go over to tracktv.com, tracktv.com. You're more than welcome. We'd love to have you. Brock, Jonathan, myself, we're going to be here covering all the action for you of the ASA Midwest Tour. But again, we do need you to go to tracktv.com. So if you're watching on the live look-in, we'll catch you on the flip side, give you a few minutes to go over to tracktv.com, get yourself logged in, signed in, and situated on that couch and watch some great racing action from the Slinger Super Speedway.